Hello.
Oh, it's good to be back.
It's been a while.
I know. We've missed a week. Oh, I missed it. I missed you.
And we're in a new place now. I know.
Yes,
I've moved, so the podcasting has moved. So it might all sound a bit echoey.
It might do.
A much bigger room.
I think I like it.
Yeah, and we should also discuss the fact that we're now sharing an office.
Yes, we are, ma'am. So my commute to work was a lot less today.
Right, and I haven't shared an office with anyone for 18 years, and now I'm sharing with you. It's a learning curve, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a steep, painful learning curve, I think, to work with...
Me?
Yep.
I think you're doing really well.
Thanks.
I'll give you, at the moment... I don't want to score too high because in Strictly they always have recently started scoring too high.
They have. They give tens way too early.
So I'm thinking I'm going to give you at the moment. I mean, you've done really well. I mean, there's so many, okay, you didn't do a health and safety thing. We didn't do that.
No, I should have done an induction to start with. Frankly, you didn't know that you could hang up your coat until today.
I didn't know that. I didn't know where to put my dog lead.
No.
We've got Dolly the dog here. She's our little mascot.
I'm glad that you pointed out that we've got a dog and you don't just wear a dog lead in some kind of weird bondage way.
Yeah.
No, sometimes.
I'm definitely not into bondage. I know that as a fact.
Okay. I mean, I wasn't thinking that you were.
No, but I just want everyone to know, and I think it's important that everyone does know this, and you know this. I won't ever do bondage.
Right.
Well, I will never, because we've talked about the gimp mask before.
Yeah, the denim gimp masks.
PG-13. This is PG-13, so let's just keep it clean.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm just never going to wear bondage.
No, I wasn't going to ask you to be fair.
If you want me to rock up in a bondage outfit to work, it's never happening, okay?
Okay, it's
fine.
Bring it out there. No, so it's good. You brought a plant in today. Your corner of the office is the least attractive, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's because it's not ready yet. I mean, it's a work in progress.
You put your wall planner on the wall, and it's not straight.
It's not. My wall planner is not straight. No,
and that is annoying me.
I can't get
a lot.
I have real problems. Me and Blue Tack have a really, really strenuous relationship.
A strained relationship with Blue Tack.
Yeah, well, that's actually
you couldn't work it.
No,
I mean it's not a technical thing to work. It's Blue Tack.
Yeah,
you couldn't do it. No,
the Blue Tack flummoxed me. And my post-it notes are everywhere.
A lot of very garish coloured post-it notes.
I love a post-it note. I've always been asked to.
They're on the floor.
Yeah.
They're on the. Oh, you picked the ones up off the floor.
I did pick them up.
All right, fine. Okay.
That is my thinking. That is how my brain works. It's scatterbrain. It's a scatter.
But look how pretty the rest of the room is, and then look at your corner.
Yeah.
You know.
But I bought a plant. We've got a new plant.
You have brought a plant.
We'd like to welcome Leslie.
We've named it Leslie.
Yeah.
So it's sexless.
But it's more of a woman. But we like to bring a little bit of male energy in as well.
Transitioning.
She's beautiful, Leslie.
Yeah, we love Leslie.
She's got a lovely pop.
I read some news this week that I thought would upset you, so I saved it till now. There is a massive potato shortage in Britain because of the floods. And I know what a fan you are of the potato, having famously said you've never met a potato that you didn't like.
Yeah, I'm going to struggle.
That's your famous quote.
I'm going to struggle. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
But I've got to broaden my horizons with food.
Okay.
So I'll try. I'll try not to leave
50% less harvested potatoes this year.
My uncle.
I'm not getting the shock and the sadness.
No, because I'm trying to process
potato farmers. Think about the potato farmers.
I'm processing it. If I overthink it, I might cry on the podcast, and I can't do that.
Yeah, okay.
But my uncle, he has bought me a big sack.
Like the porcelain.
That was a really appropriate pause. Sack of potatoes. He does. So I like it because I think when you've got a potato, this is what my mum and my auntie say often, and it's a real fact.
Yeah.
When you've got a potato, you've got a meal.
Yeah. That's a Hudson quote.
That is.
If you got a potato, you got yourself a meal.
There is nothing else. I mean, really, because you can have a jacket potato, you can have a mashed potato.
Oh, don't start listing potatoes. All right, fine.
Oh, there's
Stop
so
talking
much
about your uncle's big sack.
Oh, no, I really like to give a shout out for him to bringing me those because I love my potatoes. But also what I'm going to say is my mum organises with my uncle, right? My uncle goes and gets them. I don't do anything. And then my stepdad delivers them. It's like a Santa of potato moment. It's like I don't do anything.
Santa of potatoes.
And then all of a sudden my lovely Joe, my lovely stepdad, just delivers them into my kitchen.
Okay.
Like a magical.
I thought you said your uncle had a big sack.
So my uncle gets them. My uncle Michael.
Oh, I've asked too many questions. No, don't answer. No, it's gone boring. Stop.
I'm going to tell you now.
No, don't.
My uncle Michael gets them.
I'm so going to fade this
My
out.
mum checks with me that I want them.
Yeah.
Then Joe brings them. I mean, God, if it wasn't for my mum, Joe, and Michael, I wouldn't be in potatoes, is what I'm saying.
Most people just go and buy some potatoes.
No. There's always easier ways to buy potatoes.
Maybe not. If it goes to...
I mean, I love these people for feeding me potatoes.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank goodness. I mean, gosh, thank you, world.
Yeah. Most of us don't have a potato dealer.
I've got that's exactly what I have. I have a potato dealer, and thank goodness I do.
Thank goodness. All right, did you have anything for the beginning, or you just want to crack on?
I've got so many things to talk about. Okay, I'm angry about quite a lot of things today.
Are you?
I'm angry that street food, right?
Yeah.
Is now called street food and not just a simple market food.
Okay. Yeah, they've upped it to street food, haven't they? It sounds cooler.
They've made it cool.
Street.
I'm not sure it does make... Yeah, like, you used to buy a burger off there and you think you're going to get a burger off the market.
Yeah.
Now you're going to get street food. You could have, like, Vietnamese food. Okay. You could have Thai food. You could have any kind of exotic food. And that's now called street food.
Right.
Because that's what it's called.
Yeah.
And it's cool. But I didn't kind of get the coolness till now.
You didn't get the coolness of street food till now?
I just don't know. Why can't it be called? They're market stalls. Why is it not market food?
No, but street food is also... It's the little kiosks on the side of the road as you walk around London or whatever. That's street food. That's not in a market, is it?
Yeah, but when we have Bury St Edmunds is a market town, traditionally.
I know, I live here.
I'm sounding a bit like a traditionalist. I'm slightly like a Daily Mail reading. I'm so sorry. I don't know how that has got from street food. But I do like... It's just something that got me angry this morning. But
okay,
I think I need to ease my anger.
Yeah, pick your anger, because street food is not something to get angry about.
Well, okay, maybe.
Go on, what else are you angry about? What's next on Kirsty's angry list? That should be a new thing.
Kirsty's angry list. Oh my goodness, there's always so many things, and I've crisps, right?
Yeah.
So we can get American stuff, you know, because my husband's ex-military. And
is he? You don't talk about that much.
I know, and I don't even, you know.
On base, yeah?
Yeah, we go to base, and we get American food. My kids love it. Because I do love American memorabilia stuff. I just love the way they package stuff. And I don't know if that's memorabilia.
No, it's not.
Okay.
No.
But I love packaging.
Yeah. I've learned to just shut up and not correct you every time. Otherwise, I'd be exhausted. Yeah. Just let her crack on.
You'd never shut up, would you?
With your incorrect terminology. Yeah.
Anyway. Right, this could be now down to my addiction to crisps.
Yeah, you do have a worrying addiction to crisps.
I'm open to that as well, but I think American crisps have something in them that you can't stop.
Heroin?
Don't know what it is.
Could be.
I don't know what it is.
No, they do. Well, Americans do put more salt and more fat in all their food.
They do, sugar in them.
That's why it tastes so damn good.
Is that maybe what it is? That I'm just addicted to those things?
It's just salt, fat and sugar. If you've got salt, fat and sugar, you got a good meal.
You've got a party.
Yeah.
You've got a party in your mouth is what you've got. You've got a party in your mouth.
You're listening to the moronic musings of Kirsty Hudson and Rebecca Elliott, two women willing to laugh at each other's jokes so that you don't have to.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Okay.
I'm excited to be back.
Yeah, you are. You need to calm down a bit.
I need to calm down.
Slow
down.
It's all spilling out. All right, should we get on? Should we get on this week?
We're going to do laughter, which is which is a
we haven't yet said welcome to Don't Laugh But. Welcome to Don't Laugh But. Welcome back, Butters.
Thanks for doing the admin.
I hope you've had a good couple of weeks. I've moved. Things have changed.
Things have changed
here
dramatically
on Butters Mountain, haven't
they?
They've
Things
changed sure have changed.
But I think for the better.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with the better. I mean, that's
well, time will tell. I mean, we've only been working in the same office for 3 days, so it's...
But I've loved every second.
And you haven't shut up. Bearing in mind that I write and need quiet, I think it's going to be problematic.
I know, because I was just saying, sometimes I just laugh
Your
out loud.
version of shutting up is then just talking to yourself out loud. That's not shutting up. That's just not talking to me. That's talking to yourself. And just laughing randomly.
Do laugh.
And then lying down on the floor.
Well, because I was
next to me.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, that was because I wasn't giving you enough attention. You're like, no, I just wanted to lie down on the floor with my dog next to your desk.
Blue sky thinking.
Yeah, no.
Blue sky thinking. I think
trying to get Beck's attention like a small child.
I probably was. I do like to laugh at myself. Like, I mean, something just make me randomly laugh.
Yeah.
Just out loud laughter.
Which is a good segue, because this week we're talking about laughter.
Laughter.
Yeah, absolutely. It's the best medicine, isn't it? Laughter.
That's what
medicine.
They say.
Yeah.
People say that. I'm not sure it can treat everything.
Probably not, no.
But I think it might lift your spirits and help your immunity.
It does.
I think it does. I think there was research to show that.
Absolutely. But laughter is a weird thing.
It is.
It is an odd thing, and it's done totally unconsciously. You can't make yourself laugh. You know when you try and fake laugh? I know you do have a fake laugh.
Yeah, I do, yeah.
You do. And it's quite annoying.
But I have an authentic laugh. But my son has my fake laugh.
But you can't fake your proper laugh. It's this unconscious thing. It just bursts out of you.
I beg to differ with you on that one.
What? You can make yourself proper laugh?
I'm begging with your differ.
But you can beg, but I ain't going to give you anything.
I did this thing. The reason I can beg in your differ... I'm going to make that a thing.
No.
I'm begging you differ.
No.
It's made me chuckle. Anyway, what I think. Oh, because I did a laughter yoga thing.
No, finish the first thought
This
first.
is the first thought.
Is it?
So I did a laughter yoga thing, right? And thought, oh my goodness, right? It's in Brighton. So you
did
think
a laughter yoga thing.
I did with my sister. I did a laughter yoga, right? And I honestly went with the same attitude.
You have
that
way too much spare time. You do some ridiculous things.
I did it with the same attitude that you have now, but I did it, and it's like they did it. It's basically fake it till you make it, right? So I'm laughing. I'm going, oh goodness, and then all of a sudden, I got myself into a state of such hysterics.
Yeah, but that's you. You laugh at...
No, everyone in the class did. It was like we were laughing, laughing, like just really making silly laughing noises.
Yeah.
And that connected to a part of my brain that made it just, honestly, and we weren't really doing much movement. It was like just, I don't know, like hippie kind of flowy stuff.
Oh, it sounds like my worst nightmare of an event.
Well, I'll tell you what, I left there feeling pumped, excited.
But that's not real. Laughter needs to be earned. It needs to be from something funny.
I think we can make ourselves, but what that showed to me was that I could make myself happy.
Yeah, okay.
Without any external stuff.
From an evolutionary point of view, why do we laugh?
Why do we laugh?
But researchers think that it's something to do with strengthening social
bonds.
Exactly, and human connections. Which is probably why we like funny people, because you don't really laugh on your own. I know you can laugh on your own, I know you laugh, but generally you need someone else to really properly laugh, right? So it's a social thing.
It's definitely a social thing, and that's why, you know, like you've told me this, and I think this is so true, is that laughter is a really good way of handling heavy situations. Like you obviously,
it is. It cuts through them.
You know, literally probably one of the most heaviest things is your daughter dying, and you manage that
literally on the day she died, when we were all round her body, and it was just the weight of sadness and the weight of despair, and sometimes the only way to cut through that was in this case my sister-in-law saying, because it was the day of Clemmie's Christmas play, and she just kind of went, wow, she really didn't want to do that Christmas play, did she? And we all and you're laughing through tears, and it's not disrespectful, because obviously I'm so close to her, and she knew that I would. And your brain needs that. Your brain, it doesn't make you happy, because happiness is a different thing. Yeah. But getting that brief kind of reprise
made you be able to breathe a little
from
bit.
the heaviness.
Yeah.
And I think laughter and
I agree.
And crying are very connected. Often we do cry when we really laugh, don't we?
Sure. Yeah.
And I just think that there's a massive connection. It's just this kind of outlet of emotion, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. And it's something you and I, because you come to a lot of gigs with me beautifully, which is great now. And we drive,
sometimes I enjoy them.
Sometimes, happy have a moment. Sometimes when we drive back, we're really tired, or we're on the train and we're tired, and we've missed the train or whatever, and it's late, and we're so tired. And those are the times sometimes where we are just literally crying with laughter, because we have broken the tiredness with laughter. And love that. Those are some of our funny. We've got a lot of lovely, brilliant funny moments, but that really makes me laugh when we're on the train and none of the stuff we're saying is making sense. But in the moment, can't stop laughing. But we just can't stop laughing, because it just because if you focus on like feeling horrendously tired and knackered or fed up,
or sad or
then
whatever,
generally that can sort of. I'm not saying we shouldn't feel what we feel, because
but I don't. That's what I'm saying. I don't think laughter takes away from whatever you're feeling.
No.
It just gives an outlet.
It gives space to it, doesn't it?
It gives your brain just this little break. From
it really does. And I do worry, because I do worry that I would hate anyone to think I wasn't gravitas. I wasn't taking the situation seriously.
Yeah, and I think some people connect that. Like, you shouldn't laugh. You shouldn't laugh now. You shouldn't laugh at a funeral or something. You know, obviously not in the funeral.
No, of course not.
We've got a story about that later.
Yeah.
But why not? Laughter is connected to everything, to every facet. And we're human beings. We laugh our way through life. We can. I don't think any laughter is particularly inappropriate.
I think my age gives me that now. My age gives me the ability to be able to laugh in a situation. And
as long as you're not laughing at someone, obviously,
or
laughing at someone's pain, or anything like that. As long as it's a joint social thing.
It is, but I think with young people, sometimes if they don't get that permission necessarily. So I get it, because I can kind of know when it's the right time, but young people can see that, they're disrespectful straight away. But actually, maybe that's their way of I'm not, of course, I'm sure there are situations where some people are a bit mean and they're laughing, but I would hate to think anyone else I was mocking someone with my laughter. But I think my age, my 45-year-oldness, older womanness gives me more kind of freedom, just like swearing sometimes. It gives me more kind of freedom with that.
You know when it is appropriate.
Because I know when it's appropriate and I'm looked differently at. I think I and at different times, and all of us are really, really guilty of taking life too seriously.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean you're not engaged and feeling it's focused. Like, some of my work is intense and it's, but it's all fun.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying if I was a surgeon I'd feel like that, having to save lives.
Right.
But when we read that book recently, what did we read in our book group?
Oh, Adam, I can't remember the doctor who talked about being a young doctor and all that stuff. And laughing his way through a lot of pain. And again, that kind of humour. I love that. It's,
do you know
it's what it is to be human, is to
exactly.
laugh and love. I mean,
and that's what I think laughter gives you. It's a gateway to humanness.
Yeah.
It's a gateway to vulnerability. It's a really good gateway to love. It's a gateway drug to the heavier emotions, because it allows that
definitely.
for you, that connected, for me, that space. I mean, there are times where I wish can I tell you one of my inappropriate laughing moments?
Yes, do it.
One of my inappropriate laughing moments. Good Lord. I'm on stage singing the scene. We'd been on tour. This was years ago when I did a tour in a theatre company. And we'd been on tour and we were all really tired. And
you have told me this before, but go on.
Have I done this on podcast?
I think you have.
Okay. I won't do that.
No, do it.
Okay.
People don't listen to all the podcasts. It's fine.
Yeah, okay. You're going to hear it again if you have heard it. Apologies. So we're in up in the northeast somewhere. And people think that when you do theatre work, like, it's so glamorous. But most theatre companies are like literally lugging everything around. They're doing their own sets until you get, the big shows anyway. And so that's why I love stand-up so much, because I can literally just walk up to a microphone, just me.
No equipment.
That's probably why I'm not an actor anymore. I'm too lazy. Anyway, so I'm on the stage, and I might act one day, by the way. I do like acting. But I'm on the stage, just want to say...
just in case there's any agents out there.
Any agents out there, I'm always available.
She's up for anything.
Yeah.
Literally anything.
I am up. I'm ready, pumped.
She's up for it.
I'm up for it. And so we're on this, and I'm in the scene, I'm on the toilet, right? I'm on the toilet.
Right, on stage, on a toilet.
I think the rest of Open Clasp, they might blame me that started the laughter. I don't think
Hang on, Open Clasp was the name of your theatre company.
Sorry, was my original theatre company. It still goes today. It's run by an amazing woman called Katrina McHugh, who is just phenomenally amazing writer. Best theatre company in the world in Newcastle. I'm going to shout that. Anyway, so I'm on the stage, I'm on the toilet, and there's 4 in the company at the time. 3 of us just cracked up laughing. Corpsing on stage.
Oh. And you can't stop, can you?
I want to say, it probably wasn't, but I want to say it felt like about 12 minutes. And I could see
was the audience getting really cheesed off, or were they laughing
They
along?
were laughing with us.
Okay, that's all right.
They totally, it probably was 30 seconds, but they literally loved us. But and I'm crying on the toilet, trying to hide my tears. My shoulders are going, there's tears streaming down my face. It's a real poignant moment. This scene it's called After a Death. It's about mothers and daughters are coming out as lesbian women, and it's this really beautiful, really poignant, emotional, wonderful moment.
Right, and you cracking up.
And I'm cracking up on stage.
Oh, gosh. But laughter is catching.
It is catching.
I'll tell you what would be one of mine. We were talking about Desert Island Discs. What would be one of mine is Elvis singing, I think it's Are You Lonesome Tonight? When he just
you showed me this.
Just creases up laughing, because he's doing it every night in Vegas, every night. And he decides to change the lyrics. So he goes, do you gaze at your bald head and wish you had hair? Except in an Elvis voice. And then he just creases up laughing for the rest of the song. If you haven't heard that, ladies and gentlemen, check it out on YouTube. And it's just so catching. You can't listen to that and not laugh along with him. Do you laugh every day?
Every
and I
day.
know the answer to that, but there are some people who don't. And for me, it's everything. Like, I don't understand. I know they do work. I don't understand how a couple works if you don't belly laugh with each other every day. Right. I don't get the dynamic of that.
It's a lot of pressure to say.
No. It's not pressure to do that. I'm not saying you must make me laugh. Get up and do a stand-up set. But just naturally.
But your husband's naturally funny as well. Matt is funny.
Yeah, it's not funny than me. I mean,
there are times.
Hey!
No, you are very.
No, it's fine. Yeah. But having that, even at your darkest times or whatever, to know that we will laugh today,
because we'll get us
because
through it.
that's what gets you through. And you see a lot of couples that don't laugh, and it works for them and it's fine. But I just think, oh goodness, that must just because as a couple you've got to deal with all the boring stuff and running a household and the bills and the kids and all that kind of stuff. And if you can't laugh every day and have that lightness, and how I don't know how you get through life. Frankly,
it gives you permission, because I utterly fail, and I think all of us fail on an everyday basis. I mean, probably me more than some,
especially.
You know, and I'm just like, where's the dog, by the way?
She's just here.
Okay, she's checking. And I'm just like... You
can smell her.
She smells good. You've got a weird dog phobia.
Good.
Anyway, and I just think, like it does, me and my husband, but I think in my relationship, my husband can be funnier than me sometimes.
No, there's no doubt.
He has got such a wicked child sense of humour that just... He has. And dirty sense of humour.
Does like for me, the main thing that makes me attracted to people is them being funny. Yeah. Are you the same thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, that draws me more than anything else.
Yeah, I do love I love an intelligence, though. I do love a serious. I love someone who is really serious. So
well, I love the combination of the both. That's what. If someone's just like slapstick funny, then no. But that kind of combination.
Do the thing you say about what's she like? What's she like? That when you say to me. You can't. If
I've said something funny, you can't say do the thing that's funny, because now it won't be funny. Okay. But no, I don't like people who think they're really zany and think they're really kind of funny. Not that they say funny things, but they say, and they just go, "What am I like? What am I like? Oh, what's she like? What's she like? What's she like?" No, but she's like someone who's really dull. Yeah. Like anyone who says "What am I like?" is dull.
I'm going to start saying that, because I can be dull.
They'll just like drop something on the floor and go, "What am I like?" You're like a human who just drops something on the floor. That's not funny.
I think we do those kind of words though to cover our embarrassment. You know, like
what am I like?
Because I'm used to embarrassing myself on a daily basis.
We're all used to that.
Like I
enjoy it.
Like I can't put something on a table and look at it at the same. I've realised, right?
You can't put something on a table and look at it at the same time. No, what are you talking about?
Well, you think I'd learn that as an adult, wouldn't you?
I don't know what you're talking about. You can't put something on a table and look at it.
Okay, so say I'm putting something down. I could put it there.
You put it on the edge. Right,
I would put it on the edge.
Fine. You're always dropping stuff off tables.
Yeah, I'm dropping stuff off tables. I knock into things.
You're putting together your CV in our heads. That could be one of the things.
I'm not very...
Can't put things on tables.
I do you know what happened to me? Talking about laughter making a bad situation worse.
Yeah.
Do you want me to tell you another story?
Yeah. Not really, but yeah.
I'm going to a gig. It's 4:00 in the afternoon gig, which, can I tell you, is the best time to do a gig for a 45-year-old woman. It's like home by bed by 7. Yeah. Best audience. Beautiful gig. Anyway,
there's no better day than a day when you can put your pyjamas on at 7.
Take your bra off. Boom. Done.
Yeah.
Love that. Anyway, I'm parking the car. I've just checked with the woman at the venue. Where can I park my car? She said, here, just next to mine. Brilliant. I said. I turned into the car. Park, and I hit her car so badly.
You hit her parked car?
I hit her parked car. Oh. I had to go in, so I'm about to go on stage literally in about 7 minutes, and I'm doing a lovely gig for a funny comedian who's doing his Edinburgh show, and I'm emceeing for him, and I'm doing this thing, and I said, "So I told my darling girl, I've just hit your car. I'm so very sorry." All I could do was like going, "You tell me what I can do to make it better."
How did she react to that?
At first, she was a little bit cross. Fair enough.
Yeah.
It's a human reaction. Yeah. She had every right to be cross with me.
Yeah.
I was the one to be cross with. There was no denying that. I wanted not to be wrong, but I was wrong.
You were wrong.
And I said, if you want, I'll try and make you really laugh on stage. Oh. That won't pay for the damage. That has to be my money. I get that.
You're offering to pay for the damage done to her car through laughter.
No, I recognised that.
I think I'd rather have the cash.
I know.
Thank you.
No, I did recognise. I did say, obviously, my money will be more important at this point.
Okay.
I did say that. I clarified that. Yeah. My money will be the thing that fixes this.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I knew that. All I'm saying is I did make her laugh, right? And at the end, she gave me a hug. We became really close. Yeah. So laughter can fix
Have you given her the money, though?
That will happen. There'll be an exchange.
That will happen.
She's going to ring me. She's going to tell me. She's going to tell me how much
My grandma once crashed her car into the only other parked car in a massive car park.
Who hasn't
done
that?
There was one parked car.
Who hasn't done that?
She drove around a couple of times and then smacked right into it.
I don't know what it is with car parks. Right, my husband is.
But why would you park next to the only other parked car there?
That's what my husband would do.
I think maybe she thought the car looked lonely.
Yeah,
she didn't want to park over the other side because that would look.
Yeah,
maybe that's it. Why are we talking about car parks?
Why not?
Is this podcast about laughter?
You're listening to, and possibly even enjoying, Don't Laugh But with Rebecca Elliott and Kirsty Hudson, two morons giggling their way through life.
For me, making people laugh has always been the most important thing, which I know is a bit of a skewed reaction to life.
No, but your family like it, you say.
I think my family, thrive on making each other laugh.
Yeah.
Like that's what we do. That's how we express love. My fondest memories are fondest memories. No one younger than 60 says fondest.
Fondest.
One of my very fondest early memories is waking up. Waking up to the sound of mum and dad in their bedroom mum just having hysterical laughter. On a Saturday morning. And for me, just the cleverest thing you could do, like as a kid, was making people laugh. Yeah. And it's that classic reaction to, I was obviously slightly dumpy, quite plain, little bit bullied, not especially. And that's the kind of kid who often thinks, well, humour is going to get me out of this. Yeah. That's going to make me get noticed.
Yeah, I didn't know. Yeah.
That's going to get me, I don't know, guy attention or...
Totally.
Or just fit into the group.
You were made way more self-aware when you were young. Or you are observationally self-aware of when you were young. Because when I was young, I was the funny one. I had no clue about it.
Right.
I had no clue I was funny.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like not until I was probably told I was funny by a comic who went, you're funny and you need to be telling jokes. Yeah. I had to be told a lot of things in life.
Yeah.
But I now look back and I go, I was always one. And also I hid it a lot because I wanted to be the beautiful one, which I think I actually am the beautiful one.
Obviously you are. But yeah, being the funny, and a lot of my friends are incredibly funny.
Yeah.
When we lived, we had Theo live with us. There was me and Matt, and there was my friend Theo, who is also funny. But it got to the point where it's quite competitive humour. So we're trying to out-funny the other person. And I thought at the time, it's quite like living in a sitcom in that none of us are kind of laughing that much, because we're all thinking of the next joke.
That's quite
Do you know
dull.
what I mean? So it's joke. No, it's not dull. It's fun. It's fun. It keeps your brain going.
Yeah.
But it was like, I don't know. It's just that kind of competitive.
You and I become a little bit like that.
Yeah.
But I like that with you. Yeah, because it's not...
I like that.
No, I know what you're saying. I think we talked about this. We've touched on this. Mm-hmm. Go touch on it again.
Okay, touch on it.
I think as women, that's something I want to write something about, because it's boring in the comedy world. It's not true that men are funnier than women.
Oh, yeah? I hate that. It's so not true.
But I think that there's gravitas to that in some.
Yeah,
that's the right word, but I'm going to go with it.
It's fine.
That men have always been allowed. It's like when we went to see Hannah Gadsby.
Yep.
Did we talk about that? We did, didn't we?
Briefly, yeah.
So we love her. And I just think it is us about not attending those meetings as well. Like,
what are you talking about?
Well, the men decided that they were the funny ones. And
yes.
we weren't at that meeting.
Yeah.
And I think because we were busy historically with cleaning the house. But I think actually that's a total lie. I think women have... who was it? Mira Sayel. She talked about it once, where she said that actually when she's with her friends, they are hilarious.
Absolutely.
And some of my friends,
but I think sometimes if you get a guy in that group, it can change the dynamic.
It just changes the dynamic because people look
a bit louder or a bit more confident or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And also, but that competitive humour is mostly a male thing.
And you have that quite.
So if you see a group of male friends sitting around, they might all be making jokes and they're very, very funny. But you have that thing where none of them are particularly laughing. Mm-hmm. But if you have a group of women friends out in the pub, chances are they will all be pissing themselves with laughter literally by the end of the evening. And I think we're possibly a little bit more giving with our laughter.
I think we are very generous and really happy for someone else to be funnier than us.
Yeah.
Like, I love it when I go and see women comics and they're funnier than me.
Yeah.
Or because comedy is so subjective anyway.
Yeah.
But I just think... Thank you, and when I'm at a gig, I want everyone to be brilliant because it makes me look more brilliant. I mean, it's as simple as that.
Yeah, I do. I was thinking about this though, that if because I'm not hilariously funny by any means, but I like to try and be or something. Don't know. Anyway, if Matt came home right and said, "Oh, I met this woman today. She's really beautiful." Doesn't bother me at all. Wouldn't even be. I've just been, okay, great.
Yeah.
If he came home and said, "Oh, I met this woman today. She's so funny," I would be massively threatened by that.
That is so interesting.
Like, that's all I got to give.
Yeah, like you feel that's your currency.
Yeah.
Wow, and you're rich in that, is what I would say. You're like a multi-billionaire in your laughter.
Not today. I've got nothing. as a comedian, do you get the annoying thing when people say, "Oh, you're a comedian, tell us a joke"?
Oh, all the time. I know.
That's not how comedy works. You know, that's not how comedy works. People know that.
I know all the time. Like I lit somehow, and I've done it once. You know, it will sound terrible.
Yes,
you have to give me a stage in the mind. No,
absolutely.
But I think I can. I think I do have more of a natural ability to make people laugh.
Yeah.
Which you talked about. Oh, Rebecca did an amazing talk last night, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.
What was your talk on?
You came to it.
It was
you
brilliant,
can't
though. No, it was brilliant.
It was on the myth of talent and I can't remember the rest of the title.
Yes. You can't remember, you wrote it.
And the unpredictable path of creativity. But it was basically about some books, what I wrote and how I got there.
And you talked about talent. You might have a talent, but if you're not working at that talent, I thought that was a brilliant point.
Yeah, I have a big thing that talent's not a thing.
It's not a thing.
It's not a thing.
Fair enough. Take that. I'll take it. Yeah.
You enjoy doing something, that's what you should do. You work hard at it and then you get the skills. Skills, not talent.
Yeah, I think there's an element of talent in some things. For some people, it's not.
There's an element, but it's the least important trait in a successful career.
I'll take that. I think we all think we can do stand-up sometimes.
Yeah.
I think we all think that. But that, again, is like what you talked about working ethic.
It does often, I'll go to a lot of gigs with you now and I love them, but it does bewilder me that some people think they're funny enough to get up and do stand-up, because obviously it's a totally different thing. I wouldn't dream of doing stand-up. It's a very different thing, sitting around in a pub with your mates.
It's very different.
And making them laugh. And for me, I've got to be really comfortable with people to even get into that funny state, super comfortable. There's a very different skill, but obviously some people have just been told, you know what, mate, you're really funny, you should do stand-up. And so they do it, and it's just the worst thing ever. For me, the worst nightmare is telling a joke or like making a joke and not getting a laugh.
Yeah.
And they're literally standing on stage and doing it, and you just think, well, who's told you that you can do this? Because you can't do it.
But equally, that could be a spark for them to do it, try it, and then get good at it. Like, you should never judge someone on one gig, I feel. You know, I totally get what you're saying.
I'm not judging them.
I know you're not. I know you're not.
I'm very respectful of the confidence to get up there and do it. And if I didn't know that it was going to work, I don't know how you have the confidence to do that, because it's the most heartbreaking thing. Yeah. I've always said this: if you're a singer, if you're getting on stage and the audience doesn't particularly like you, they'll still clap at the end, and even if they don't, it's fine. You've done your music, you've done your job. Yeah. Your job as a comedian is to get up there and make people laugh.
Every time.
As we said at the beginning, you can't force out of people; it's an unconscious thing. And if you say stuff that doesn't make them laugh, you've literally failed at the only thing you're supposed to be doing up there. Right, and everyone in the room knows it, and you know it, and it's just awful.
Oh, you've terrified me now.
No, I'm saying I have a lot of respect for comedians, because I just think
no, I don't know. I think you can get that in your head, or you can. I think you have to look
at it in a different way.
You have to analyse it, but then you have to trust. I trust. Every time I go on stage that I will be funny now.
Yeah.
Doesn't always work, because there can be things, and some things will work and some things won't work. Yeah, but it's trust. It's trust. It's like, I think comedy is a bit like my relationship with God. Like, I've got a faith in it. A faith that's unseen and unknown, and it's fun. It's just, and I think we forget that as comedians sometimes, because we do overanalyze, and rightly so. Yeah. That actually, and for me, the funniest thing, the best thing about comedy is just to be funny. Yeah. I know that sounds ridiculous to say, but just be funny.
Oh, it's a joy, getting people to laugh. I love people who laugh easily. Oh. I've got one of my best friends.
Not too easily, though. There's something annoying and something.
One of my friends she just laughs so at funny stuff. But it's easy to make her laugh hysterically, and I just love that.
Oh, I do. And I love an audience member that, and I love to laugh. And that's why I love going to my gigs. Yeah. Because I get to see people, and sometimes comics, when they're at a gig, they'll forget, if there's only other comics there, and they'll forget so I try and simulate, and I talk to another comic who does it as well. Yeah. I try and laugh at everyone, because I'm simulating an audience for them. I know that's maybe not. No,
I think that's a lovely thing that you do. Although your fake laugh is quite.
You know my fake laugh, and everyone else knows my fake laugh. So let's not pretend. Yes.
Do you not want me to tell people what your fake laugh is?
No, because
I can do a good impression.
No, because that will hurt any comedian.
My favourite laugh ever, which I think I've told you before, was my grandma's laugh.
Right.
Which went like this. Like that every time. Just this big breathe out.
I love that.
We're talking about it being fun. Is it actually one of the because as adults we still want to play. You know, there's that
that's
thing,
what comedy is to me. Is
a lot
playing.
of stress that we have, and we need to play. And a lot of adults, we have a lot of serious stuff that we're dealing with. We've got work, we've got family, and we don't get to kind of play anymore. And is laughter actually that one totally acceptable adult way of playing?
Yeah, and that's
which
why
is why going to
a
stand-up evening or whatever, where you're just allowed to because that childhood laugh.
Yeah.
In fact, we start laughing when we're less than 1 year old. You know, it's such a human part of us. It's such a childhood part of us. I don't know. But I don't know where I was going with that thought. No. But I think there's a good thought in there.
No, it's true, because I think
I didn't quite eke it out.
No, but what stand-up does, right? What stand-up does for me, is that's what I want my comedy club to be. And I think I want to provide a space that anyone can come after on a Friday night after work and not think. Turn the brain off. Let us do the thinking for you.
So we've had some messages from people. So we put out the question: have you ever laughed at really inappropriate moments? Firstly, we talked about you obviously corpsing on stage. I'm a bit of a giggler.
Yeah.
And if I get the giggles, it's very difficult
to turn off. It's that teacher moment, isn't it? That teacher telling you off moment.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and I was always the one in the school, you know, in the classroom that would be the last one to just keep laughing.
Too much.
Yeah, when you really know you shouldn't.
Elliot! Yeah. Oh, you were Lee then. Lee!
Yeah. Stop it!
Yeah. Do you want me to read one of these stories out for you? This is from Laura. Oh, love Laura.
Uh-huh.
I love Laura. Laura, she went to a wedding of a friend's dad who was remarrying. It was a big Scottish wedding, kilts and all that jazz. Mm-hmm. The bride and groom decided that the bride's entrance song to walk down the aisle should be Celine Dion's "Oh, the Power of Love." Now, what a classic that is. Good choice. When the music started, everyone looked around as nothing seemed to be happening until the line in the song, "'Cause I am your lady."
'Cause I am your lady. Is it that one?
Beautiful, that's the one. That was beautifully sung.
It wasn't.
Blared out, and the doors flew open.
Oh, really?
And the bride made her entrance.
'Cause I am your lady.
Wow. I love that. I know they were going for dramatic entrance, but I got the giggles and proceeded to laugh the whole way through the ceremony. Oh, Laura, I feel you. I mean, I love that they did it, but yes.
It's in those quiet places. It's in churches. Whenever I play snooker with
I love that, Laura.
I love that story. Yeah. Whenever I play snooker with my brother, and snooker halls are very blokey, very quiet, obviously, very quite serious, and me and my brother laugh a lot.
Yeah, because tension is, you've got to have tension. Yeah, you've
got that tension. And the amount of times we have just been in fits of hysterics when you know you've got to stop. But I love and hate that.
I love it. Yeah,
literally spitting out my beer with laughter. And you've got all the old blokes who are trying to play a quiet game of snooker, just kind of staring at us.
Yeah, I want the politicians to start doing that now, rather than start shouting at each other. Right?
Yeah.
Just like if Jeremy Corbyn says something,
just laugh it out.
Come on, guys. Yes. Let's laugh it out. Let's laugh and then make a hug.
Yeah.
Because I just think they get too angry.
Yeah, it's true.
But they can't see it. They can't see the wood for the trees. Mm-hmm. That's my advice to them.
Okay, so I have a story here from Fran, who says she was at her first year of university in a bar and she was dumping someone very clingy. Okay?
Oh.
So I say dumping, we'd been on a few dates over the course of less than 3 weeks. Just at the point where I'd got through to him that it was over, "If I Let You Go" by Westlife started playing in the pub. I looked at him, he looked at me. "Please don't," I quietly cringed. Cue him crying about how appropriate the song was for the situation. He said some lyrics aloud as they were being sung and sniffed. And she says, "I couldn't help it. It was all just so ludicrous and ridiculous." And tears began to also flow down her cheeks, tears of laughter. The more horrible I felt I was being, the funnier it seemed to become. No. I tried to turn them into sad, mournful noises, but I don't think anyone was fooled. So dumping someone and just laughing.
I love that. We should do an awkward breakup. We should do an awkward breakup.
Oh, we should do
awkward breakup. Yeah. That is lovely.
Oh, I love that. Well done, Fran. Well done.
Well done. Georgia, nurse in brackets, so she is a nurse.
Yeah. You don't have to say it's in brackets. I put that there just to tell you she was a nurse. Georgia, nurse in brackets. Just read it.
Okay, Georgia.
You could have put it like, forgive me, I thought you could think on your toes and perhaps go, "Georgia, who's a nurse, writes..." That's what I was expecting. Georgia, brackets, nurse.
Georgia, brackets, nurse. Last week, I was helping in minor operations. Last week. Oh,
this is a good one.
An elderly... Excuse me. I'm just going to have to drink water because I want to give this...
You don't have to tell them. I can just cut out your coughing.
I forget you can edit this.
Yeah.
I'll go Last week I was helping in minor operations. An elderly lady was having... See, now we're laughing inappropriately.
I know, sorry.
Love that. That was beautifully timed.
Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, what just happened is I swore horrifically, as did Kirsty, so I knew that I was going to cut that out, and then I got the giggles.
Yeah.
So sorry about that.
Just because swearing is awkward, and then I love
just
that.
Had visions of leaving it in. And
love it. No, beautiful. We'll go back to Georgia now, who is a nurse in brackets. Last week I was helping in minor operations. An elderly lady was having a lesion removed from her forehead. Ooh, she had tight skin. That's made me laugh already. She's so good at writing.
This is a good story.
She had tight skin, and the doctor was having trouble closing the wound. The lady was asking, "Why is it taking so long?" And I said,
"It's not just good."
So Georgia said, poor woman. Anyway, so Georgia said, "You have a very tight foreskin." Which is obviously not on her, but I can see what she was going
forehead
with.
Skin,
forehead skin. I totally see what Georgia was doing there.
She's an elderly lady being operated. I'm sorry, darling. The problem is you've got a very tight foreskin. She's thinking, what operation are you doing?
Oh, Georgia, I love this. Luckily, the lady's face was covered, and as deadpan as I could, I just kept explaining the stitching as best I could. I had tears rolling. My HCSW... Don't know who that is.
No.
But someone very important.
Clearly.
My HCSW nearly on the floor, silently crying. And I noticed the doctor's hands were shaking. We took a while to calm down and did, but the lovely, sweet lady then said, "Why are you giggling?" That started off everyone again. Bless the sweet lady. I hope she did not know what was said. I love that she cared so much. I love that. Yeah. "I will not live," said comment down. "No, you won't, Georgia." No. I'm going to repeat that on every occasion. That is
old
beautiful.
Lady with a tight foreskin.
Oh, brilliant. I love that story. Thank you.
So Zoe says... Mm-hmm. Okay, so this was my auntie's life vows profession day. Signing up to be a full-time, real-life, actual, lifelong, fully signed up nun. So that's already cool. So our auntie's, giving her...
life to God. Marrying
exactly,
Jesus.
Becoming a nun. Everything was going well at the start of the service until a sister stood up to deliver a reading. She had the single most high-pitched voice I've ever heard. I realise this is unkind, but my biological sister, mother, brother, and I lost the plot. It's always in churches. I've done that. It was the unexpectedness of it. On what was such a serious occasion. We were so close to the brink of explosion owing to suppressed giggles. Honestly, it was touch and go. We were clinging to the wooden bench we were sitting on so hard that our knuckles were white and the bench itself was vibrating with the energy of our muted hysterics. Mum's shoulders were going up and down in front of us as she struggled to control herself. Luckily, the sisterhood was none the wiser.
Oh, I love that. I love that.
Yeah, but sometimes when someone does get up and they've got a voice that you're not expecting.
Oh, it's such
Imagine
shock.
it in a church. It's all silent.
I bet your mum's got stories about that.
She has.
Yeah.
Somber, serious. In fact, Mum told me a story earlier. So she said the worst thing, of course, is if, as a vicar, my mum's a vicar.
Yeah, caring, compassionate.
Exactly. Yeah. So as a vicar, the worst thing you can do is laugh when you're taking a funeral. Oh. So I hope she doesn't mind me saying this. But she was taking a funeral of a very elderly lady.
Right.
And the elderly lady's sister was sort of leading the events. Anyway, so the pallbearers were coming into the church, with the coffin, okay? And the people holding the coffin were very, very elderly, so kind of struggling a little bit with the coffin. So Mum's at the front, and as the coffin comes in to be put on the, I don't know, what is it, like a trestle table or whatever? Yeah. So Mum you start reading a Bible passage or whatever. So it's all very... And the sister of the deceased lady just shouts out, "Stop! Everyone stop! I want to take a picture!" So these elderly pallbearers having to stop, trying to hold up the coffin, and she's got like an old-fashioned camera, so she's got the flash on, wind it on.
Oh man!
She takes one while everyone's thinking, "What the hell's going on?" She goes, "No, I want to take another one in case it doesn't come out right.
Wow.
Hang on, stay still." And she takes the second one, and then they put the coffin down, and of course by that point, Mum is trying not to laugh.
I love that.
And she says she thinks she covered up for it, But I think there was a bit of shoulder shaking.
Oh, I bet.
Just the
I love
ridiculousness.
that.
Again, in the quiet church.
I bet your mum managed that so beautifully.
Of course she did.
That's fantastic.
She's a good girl.
I think I get my sense of humour from my mum, actually. When my mum has a drink, my mum doesn't...
Your mum's funny.
My mum, she's really funny. She'll start doing the best Michael Bolton impression I've ever seen in my whole entire life.
She does do.
Everyone should have that in their
How
life.
am I supposed to live without
What she
you?
lacks
Does she
for-
do any other Michael Bolton songs? Because that's the only one I've heard her do.
I think she's got a repertoire, but that is one of her favourites.
She gets into a certain stance, doesn't she? Holding the
she has
pretend
a position.
microphone. She's got a position.
Yeah, I mean, she
And
did it
just
last night at
sings
college.
that.
Yeah. She's genius. Anonymous says this, so it's anonymous.
I know who this is, but
Okay.
it's a recent thing, so he wanted to keep it.
I was at my friend's mum's funeral. My mate had expressed his mother's desire for her send-off to be bright and colourful and full of joy. Love that. But the reality was inevitably far more sombre and solemn, despite the blue sky and sunshine. The family got out of the car behind the hearse and greeted the assembled friends. When my mate reached me, he looked so very sad.
Oh.
Of course he did. And so I did what any true friend would do and cupped him. Sweetheart. It could have been the most inappropriate move of my life, which is saying something. But luckily, it totally broke the mood and made him laugh involuntarily, which are the best laughs. And then we were in it together. I love that.
Beautiful.
Because he knew him so well.
Yes.
And he trusted his judgment
Yeah.
that he would take it.
Yeah.
I loved that. And I love that a man...
And I was going to say, it's a beautifully
beautiful that
blokey
comes
way
from a man.
of dealing with it.
Yeah,
Just going,
my
my
husband would
mate
deal
is
with that.
in absolute pain here.
But let me
so
take
what I'm
care
going
of
to do
him.
is give him a hug and just cup him gently.
Yeah.
Loved it.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Are we ready to slip into awkward corner?
Awkward corner.
Yeah.
We didn't have a jingle for that, did we?
That's your area of
Okay, I haven't got one for awkward corner. I can't think of one.
We'll do one. Awkward corner.
That was you trying to be cool.
That works for me.
That's brilliant.
Okay. Awkward corner. I have to know. Let me think. I mean, we had this situation when we were approached, because you get a lot approached in London by homeless, yeah?
Yeah.
And this guy, and I loved it that he did it. But usually they come and say, if you've got any spare change, love. Lovely. This guy went, have you got 40 quid?
Yes, he did. He aimed high.
I loved it.
He said, I just need 40 quid.
Just need 40 quid. And I think it was something about medicine. But
There was some sort of story, wasn't
about
there?
medicine, but
I think
he
he said he had diabetes.
I think it was something, and I was like, well, so do I, fella, but hey. But it just made me laugh.
But why did he need £40
I
to
don't know
fix
what,
his
I
diabetes?
can't remember, because I was so excited that he'd asked me for 40 quid.
Yeah,
that
he was
just made
aiming
me-
high. Because then I reached the pocket, I said, so this is all I got, and I gave him £3 because it was all I had in my pocket.
Yeah.
And he just looked at it with such disdain.
I know, like, really?
Like he took it, but
Yeah.
and then he just turned to you and go, well, what have you got?
Yeah, and I was like, I literally have nothing.
I mean, at that point, he only needs £37
Yeah.
at least.
Just love. I mean, God,
Do you think he went up to the next person and said, I just need £37?
Oh, I hope so. And then just kept going down.
Yeah.
Like counting down.
Yeah.
And then to the point he went, now I just need £1. Maybe that's what everyone's doing.
Oh, they're getting towards their 40 quid.
Love that.
Yeah, no, it was
Oh.
ambitious.
It was ambitious.
well-
We're not mocking anything.
Well,
there,
as
but
you
just-
said, I think if we'd had the money on us, we probably would have given it to him just because he had the balls to
just
ask for
because he had
40
the
quid.
balls, 40 quid.
Yeah,
mean,
no, I
that's
love
like a
that.
meal, that's-
That was awkward.
Corner. Yeah. I like that. I want that as our jingle. Okay.
Yeah.
Lovely hole. A
Yeah.
whole lot of lovely. You've got a jingle for that.
Lovely hole, it's a whole lot of lovely.
Beautiful. I'm at the station. The guy made my latte, right? A guy made my latte.
Okay.
And he said to me, he said, well, I've dazzled myself with your latte.
Really?
He was so impressed with his latte making skills.
Okay.
And I said, well, now you have dazzled me, and I love it when we dazzle ourselves. I
Nice.
just thought we need to use the word dazzle more.
Yeah, the word
He-
dazzle.
Yeah, because it's just shiny. We need to say, basically what I'm saying is, we need to go, I've just been brilliant.
Yeah, I'll go with that.
He made my latte, and he did make a really good latte. But we just had this huge... Do
Do you like that he was proud of his
I
latte?
loved that he was proud of his latte.
Or that he used the word dazzled? Or
Both.
Both, just the whole
The whole
picture there.
The whole moment dazzled me.
Okay, that's fine. So this is funny, but
so excited by that.
No, it doesn't even fit lovely corner. It's probably not a lovely hole.
Let me hear your lovely hole.
No, it's not a lovely hole. But I don't know. I've never been clear what this lovely hole is. Is it just nice stuff that made us? Does it have to be just nice? Or can it be a little bit more?
Lovely hole is something that made you feel good. It could be a news article. It could be a moment with your kid. It could be a moment with a random stranger. Lovely hole.
Well, it's not.
Is your hole of lovely?
I'll tell you, and then I'll tell you, and then you can tell me if that fits into your lovely hole.
I'll be the judge of my lovely hole.
Or if its girth is too much.
I think I think everyone's lovely hole should be their own. But come on, share it.
So, I read a news story about that I'll probably completely hash and get wrong now, but about three women, young women, teenage girls, in World War II in the Dutch, so you like it, resistance, against the Nazis. And their story is just phenomenal. Okay, so it's two sisters and their best friend, and they started off in the resistance like they would ride their bikes with like Jewish kids on the back to a safe house when they were kind of like 13, 14, okay, because they wouldn't be suspected so much because it's all kids on a bike together kind of thing. And then they rose up through the ranks of the Dutch resistance, okay, and then they were really hard-assed by the end, and they would get told to target certain kind of leaders of the Nazis, and they would go into the bars where the Nazis hung out, kind of flirt with them massively, and then go, should we go for a nice romantic walk in the woods? And they go out in the woods and then shoot them.
Oh, wow.
Yes, totally. And they were really hard-assed, and two of them like survived until they were 92. They'd only died sort of recently, amazingly. But one of the others did get caught, and she was shot. She was put up against the firing range.
Wow.
And her last words, it's so hard. Her last words were, but basically one of the firing range hit her in the thigh, and she went, "I'm a better shot than you," and then she died.
I mean,
and she was like 16.
That is such a perfect, lovely home moment.
I don't know if that's lovely because it's a bit disturbing.
I was going to say to you, I mean, it does, because what I'm saying...
But we don't hear stories about women like that, and I love hearing stories about harder or just strong women who are just, risking their lives for a good cause. I just thought that was amazing.
That's more of an interesting whole moment, but I think But I think it squeezes really well into lovely hole.
Yeah,
I have to go with because as your mum, you go now because I've got nearly 60-year-old. I go, please never do things like that. But we need radical, brave, strong people.
Absolutely.
And wow,
exactly, wow. Right, so laughter.
Do it or don't, but do it.
Absolutely.
You have have a great week.
Absolutely, have a fantastic week, and we will be back next week. And it'll be
same
good.
time, same place.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, we'll be here.
Yeah.
We're always here.
We're always here now. You're always...
I'm always
literally
here.
always here now.
You're like that. She's very good.
Lord. Yeah, we'll see how we're getting on next week.
I love you.
Yeah, have a good one.
Have a great one.
Give my love to your mum.
Thanks for listening to our ramblings.
Yeah, absolutely.
Tell a friend.
Tell a friend.
Love you. Bye.
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 If you've enjoyed this week's Don't Laugh But and you'd like to hear more, then maybe start questioning your life decisions.